How can we really truly expect for the United States to help Kenya with the HIV/AIDS problem, with the corruption problem, with the trade agreements?
We can take that to be a pointer that he has some of these issues at heart, simply because this is the cradle land of his father. And as Kenyans, we've always had that hope that indeed Barack Obama, as a president of the U.S., will somehow endeavor to have the U.S.-Kenya ties improved.
It's easy to forget that we have President Bush to thank for the large amount of money coming into Kenya for HIV/AIDS, which last year was almost $500 million. He is the one that developed the PEPFAR program, which Kenya benefits from. Now, that was largely because he wanted people to have something to like him for it, because he announced it at the same time the U.S. went to war in Iraq. We have no particular reason to think that the Obama administration is going to be as focused on that.
What expectations do you have of the Obama administration aiding Kenya in the military efforts?
At this point, we can only go by the history because we have no idea of what they're going to propose. However, I do know that the Pentagon has requested for AFRICOM this year something on the order of, I think it's $350 million versus $37 million last year. And of course, they were just getting going with AFRICOM then, and they may not get all of what they want. But that tells you what the thinking is in terms of military priorities. And in terms of Kenya, the military aid in the 3 or 4 years before September 11th was 1/8 what it was in the 3 or 4 years afterward. In other words, military aid to Kenya has been growing, and growing quite a lot. And given the situation in Somalia and the U.S.'s concern about Middle East oil, I have no reason to think that they will reduce that.
There are compelling factors that would align the U.S. towards the improved military support. Kenya has been a victim of terrorism, in fact quite devastating, about 11 years ago. And the fact that it's near Somalia and the region really is unstable. Really, everybody will be keen and concerned that if they support Kenya in regard to improved military aid, perhaps we'll go and have the effects trickle down to the region, in which now maybe the northern part of the Africa will be more safer. And that's an interest, really. It's a world interest. It's a world's interest. And so I believe that's a motivating factor.
Anti-terrorism activities, training and money for various kinds of anti-terrorism supplies, training, whatever. So I think that's where the big increases are likely to be, not in terms of tanks or things like that.
Okay.
And maybe to add also, piracy is an increasingly big problem. Yeah, so, and all this is hinged around the Horn of Africa. So Kenya is the most stable place that maybe any intervention can be directed at.
Okay.
So in addition to terrorism, there's the aspect of piracy, okay, which is also increasingly a big world problem and concern.